Hello and welcome to an episode of the Base Automatic. I am your host, Captain Pervert.
And I'm your host, Captain Gorgeous.
And I'm your host, Captain Know-It-All. And as you may know, maybe, that you watched the this previous episode. Now, you may recognise where I am. Yes, this is me at Bury. As we've been talking many times about, the Top Gear exhibit, what was sadly dismantled and erased from existence from Bury back in 2024 it was. And yes, we did establish that most of the Top Gear vehicles were scrapped, and I mean scrapped, destroyed, and they are just the odd remaining ones. And obviously we are sort of concerned about, people actually building replicas, fakes and stuff and all that lot. And yeah. I mean, he didn't help himself in Bury, did you? What do you mean? Well, look how you were behaving when you were talking about Andrew Freddie Flintoff. Because obviously you on about helmets and stuff and safety and all that lot. Well, yeah, and they were happy making a muck of their museum exhibits. Look, I went down there, didn't I? Oh, bloody hell, what we watching? Me, my adventure, when I went down there in my van. All I'm saying is you eating your bloody sardines. What are you doing? It was an interesting video. I mean, what interesting for who?
Yeah, I mean, that's why nobody don't watch it, because you're doing stupid stuff like that.
I'm doing the vanning living or whatever. What?
Because you're Bury and all that lot.
I mean, we weren't to be talking about vehicles and stuff about what we might be doing and all that lot.
Yeah, I mean, I've got things to get on with,
Yeah, like me, I've got to talk about bloody Ron Howard, right? Because I've got onto that subject, right? Because we all know that he was a very popular director, and everyone forgot that he was a child actor once upon a time. So nobody didn't realise that he was a child once upon a time in his life. Never. He was actually a child? Yeah, and he could act. Right, okay, I didn't know this information. You should have done it. You've been watching the show. No, I'm just bloody in it, aren't I?
Yeah, what? Where are we going with the humble beginning of this?
Well, obviously we want to talk about our previous episode, because to remind the audience what they are in for of watching us.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, we'll come out with consumer advice, and you're seeing lovely images and stuff like this.
Because technically, me and Captain Gorgeous don't have a bloody driver's licence, and doesn't mean that we're not eligible of driving, because obviously I can drive on GTA, so why can't I drive like, there's laws in England and all that lot, and obviously so
you do know that people might not know what we're on about.
Oh, not this again. Yeah, what do you mean?
Well, when we're explaining about this program called Top Gear, it's been gone so long, people might not know what it is.
But there's a generation of people that have grown up once upon a time, and like Ron Howard did.
Oh, great. What about Ron Howard again?
Well, yeah, but the thing is that, like I've been saying, I've been on the internet and listening to other people or reading or whatever, because you can't read. I've got a disadvantage, I would say, to other people, right?
You mean you're stupid, are you?
No, I'm not saying that. It's like my speech impediment. I get it in my head. It's a disability, and not reading is a disability, and not knowing how to use bloody Facebook is a disability.
You what?
This is the mind of Captain Pervert, though. I mean, so don't be offended, but yeah. Don't class you as a disabled person. Well, now
He's just an idiot, that's all.
no, see, now all they're doing is bloody insulting me, and I think it's disgusting, right? You know, because obviously, you know, I like to talk about Ron Howard and all his history and stuff, because obviously we're a car problem, and he was one of the most famous people what made a movie called GTA, as you all know, and
How much you keep explaining, yes, we do know, but obviously, what are you trying to get at? Because I want to get on with my stuff, you know.
and I like to get on with my stuff as well. Well, yeah, alright.
But I'd still like to remind people, just in case, that they don't know what Top Gear is.
You mean you just sent to put a bloody clip on, aren't you? Yeah. This is what Top Gear used to be like. You know, when Jeremy Clarkson took over.
I made it a national treasure.
Yeah, he did actually. Yeah. Okay. I'll put the clip on then. Well, you're in charge of it, aren't you? What, put your clips on there? Yeah.
Yeah, and he's met have some, you know, complications in his life.
Yeah, the plus is a disability, you know.
What? You can't speak properly.
Just pull a bloody clip on!
Right, big story for me this week comes from the world of film, and I'm not talking about Harry Potter, all right?
My children are talking about Harry Potter,
Yes.
nothing else but.
Yes, I know. Talking about James Bond, new film, Die Another Day. And great news, because after 15 years of unforgivable disloyalty, Bond is back in an Aston. And this is it! Bond's Aston Martin Vanquish. Now, obviously, a Bond car, it's got to do clever stuff, and it does. We've got the obligatory ejector seat in there, and then down here at the front, the grille drops down, and out come 2 machine guns, and then, oh, thank you, and then 4 missiles. Thank you.
4 missiles. Well, for once, Bond is completely outgunned by the baddie. This is his car, a Jaguar XKR, and it doesn't have 4 missiles in the front, it has 18 missiles that come out there. It also has spikes in the tyres, and we can peel down the bottom of the door here to reveal 2 heat-seeking missiles. It also has central locking. You can lock both doors and the boot with a simple press on a button on the key fob. Then behind the driver's seat and the passenger seat, it has a bulletproof screen which rises up like so. A Gatling gun, obviously. Listen to that. That's a great Bond noise, isn't it? I love things that do that. But the pièce de résistance is here, in the boot. Open it up. Mortar bombs in the back. Oh, love it.
You absolutely had to, didn't you? But that's just firepower. Bond has sophistication and brains on his side. So, yeah, the baddie fires his mortar bombs. From here emerge 2 shotguns, specially designed with a rather pitiful noise to shoot them out of the sky. But interestingly, it was those, along with the missiles at the front, that gave them a rather interesting problem when they built this car, because so much space was taken up that underneath here, you can see... Oh, there go the guns. It's gone away. They had to get rid of the original V12 Aston Martin engine. It was too long, so they replaced it with this Mustang V8. It's that much shorter, there's more room.
And the really good news about that, of course, is because the Aston engine's gone, so's the stupid gearbox. Look, Bond gets a proper automatic, which is a good job, because, of course, if you had to do a 3-point turn with the stupid flappy paddles, the world would blow up by the time you'd finished.
Interestingly, despite the rather depressing difference in firepower between the 2 cars, under the surface they're really very similar. They've both got that same Mustang V8, and they've both been converted to 4-wheel drive, which they had to be, because in the film they have to be driven on ice. The thing that really excites all of us about this is that in this world of computer generation, they could have just got some boffin at a computer to type away and computer animate the things, but they didn't. They built them for real. Here they are, actual, real Bond cars in the metal.
The marriage between James Bond and Aston Martin is one of the greatest ever. Really, it was perfect. That photograph of Sean Connery leaning against his DD5 in the Alps, a publicity picture for Goldfinger, was just wonderful. Really was. But I think it's fair to say that since then, there has been an even better automotive marriage.
Wow, that was good, you know, about the marriage with James Bond and the Aston Martin. Not because he's married to a car, but obviously I've been learning all that history.
Don't care, right? Well, I'm not more bothered about you doing your Bond version. Anyhow, as we all know, I might be doing mine, but obviously these other things I need to get on with as well.
Why?
Well, because I've got to talk about, you know, obviously the Ron Howard that I've been talking about, and all that lot and stuff, and obviously, look, look, that was a good subject. That was interesting, that clip.
Yeah, because I mentioned Bond, and I could talk about Quentin Tarantino and Casino Royale and all that lot, because that's the stage I'm on for doing my James Bond special.
Yeah, well, we're not bothered. I mean, we'll like to talk about, you know, proper history, about, you know, like the Dukes of Hazzard and all that lot.
You what? The Dukes of Hazzard?
Well, yeah, and you know, because
You're just trying to change the subject for some strange reason.
well, no, I'm not, right? Yes, you are.
Yeah, he's very dubious, isn't he?
Yes, he is, actually. Well, with him doing a James Bond special. Anyhow, I like to get on, because, like I said, what, Ron Howard? No, about Streetcar.
What?
Yeah, Streetcar. Remember the humble days of Streetcar, do you? I mean, it was a very not so popular TV series for America, but obviously in my little heart it was, especially when you saw that black motorcycle racing around all over, you know, LA and all that lot. Why are we talking about some random change in the subject all of a sudden?
Yeah, he's doing this on purpose because he's upset about my James Bond special on its way.
No, it's not that. It's about, you know, James Bond and the gadget cars and all that. Look, what about gadget bikes? You know, I mean, there was that beloved other James Bond movie. What's not official James Bond movie? Have you got there yet? Have you? Captain Gorgeous.
No, but I am studying.
Yeah, that's why he's upset. You know, down in Bury, I saw that Jaguar. Yeah, we gathered, and you're going to tell us about how expensive the paint was, you know, because it was made out of gold, and even it's green. Well, yeah, but I haven't mentioned it, have I? Anyhow, I want to put a clip on, right, to remind people what Streetcar was, because a lot of people don't know what it is.
Why? Why is he doing this?
Because somebody's left him in charge of the, whatever machinery you put these clips on with. Yeah, it's, I'm important. No, he got upset with the producers, and especially you doing your James Bond special, Captain Gorgeous, and you know, when he's whining and crying, they let him in charge of the, you know, with the button. Yeah, I'm in charge of the button and putting clips on, or what?
Oh, great. Well, people, why?
I'm gonna put a clip on anyhow.
Right, movie geek.
So yeah, that's Street Up for you, and don't worry, there's plenty of more where that's come from, you know what I mean? Yeah, a bit dabble more, right?
So obviously I've left it on a little bit of a cliffhanger, but yeah, now you're going to be seeing my clip of a bit of a homage.
What the hell are you doing?
Well, I'm doing a homage, aren't I? And I'm reminiscing, obviously, back in the year 2025, that, the threat of, GTA 5 was going to have GTA 6. But, obviously, beginning of the year, that we all remember, the history of LA going through all that carnage of fires, and obviously, where you spy on stars,
What do you mean spy on stars?
Well, you've got them big magnifying things like a telescope or something, right? And they always might be looking in the always having pointing in the sky. But if I were there, I'd be looking straight down and looking at movie stars, right?
Oh, you're pathetic.
I'm not, anyhow.
It's like you're reminiscing like you're Batman up there.
Oh,
What are you doing?
well, the thing is, though, right? We all know that. Come on, we're old, and obviously, once upon a time, we will be the same age, near enough were the producers or the owners of Rockstar Games that, designed GTA and came out with ideas, and obviously, for us Brits, obviously, because this little TV series was alright, even though it was only one season, but obviously in America its time slot wasn't really that good, and obviously it was in competition maybe with American football or whatever. But yeah, I'm not going into details about that. Now obviously we're talking about the year 2025, and obviously tragedy happened. It's amazing that the carnage and stuff happened in LA, and but obviously how I'm trying to get around this is that it was a big shock, because obviously reminiscing, knowing that GTA 5 is sort of like definitely based on there, but obviously, our childhood was actually, watching these TV programs. Well, I've never been there, but you've seen so much area of that being filmed, and that's what I wanted to do. I mean, obviously, I've pointed out Streetcar because it's one of the most popular vehicles at the time when it came out, but not many people know, like the generation, what it's based on or whatever. But we all think of Streetcar. Obviously there will never a season 2, and we'll never know. It might have had more of a gliding thing on it, because if you remember the pilot, it did that loop thing, over Doc from Back to the Future in his black monster truck.
Right.
Yeah. What I'm doing is actually, obviously I'm coming over the landmarks with this bike, and obviously, we all know the vegetation and all that lot caught on fire, because everyone's saying, they want enough water and stuff, and but obviously we know that with that area we were doing our video. But obviously that's a different subject, but I might get back to that. But obviously I want to talk about reminiscing about stuff, because obviously I do sort of like know when GTA 5 went, but obviously I just remember people online playing, all of a sudden we're playing with fire engines and stuff, and it's like,
you remember the mysterious? They were trying to find out what were the causes of the fires, because there just seemed to be, you know, one fire started one area and then another fire started at another area, and they were like speculating that you know, somebody could have been, you know, going around like something like, you know, on GTA, like a Predator Mark 2. Not this one. This is like the class is the 1, but the 2 it's like a flying broomstick. But if you're a GTA player, you know what I'm on about.
Yeah, so why are we watching this? Well, I'm reminiscing about, you know, obviously, you know, the game came to the end. LA was, well, being refurnished and completely different, but that humble year at the beginning was a shock of the fire and that, and obviously it was such a big impact and a big change that people were thinking, well, we need to sort of like pop blame, like blaming cars, global warming and all stuff like that. But yeah, when I'm reminiscing, thinking all them TV series and all that were gone, because at the time I was I had my brother at the time was going on the internet, and I saw these images, and this is a time when people were like making fake news and stuff and all that and obviously, you know, we
Just shut up. I mean, I don't know where you're going with this. They shouldn't leave you in charge at all.
What do you mean now? I shan't be left in charge. I'm carrying out with some maybe consume your advice.
For who? I mean, it doesn't make sense.
Well, obviously, I'm trying to get at that people are reminiscing about stuff. I mean, it was disastrous. I mean, you're thinking all them classic cars what have been destroyed, and people fighting against people owning electric cars, and when we know that people was hating people on motorbikes and that because they could get out quicker and stuff. Well, there was a load of chaos and stuff, yes. Well, I will agree, but I don't understand where you're going with this. Well, I'm reminiscing about TV series, you know, like Dukes of Hazzard was filmed round there, even if it was meant to be some imaginary place, and called Hazard, and we all know, anywhere places were filmed, you know, like the Fall Guy went to France, and you knew it was still LA.
Right, okay. Well, where are you going in with this?
Well, my brother was on the internet, as I keep saying, right, and we saw these terrifying images, and then we find out it was fake and all that, look, and obviously me going online on GTA, and I couldn't understand why people were doing, like, setting fires, and I thought maybe they're making their own videos, and obviously I was doing the video with Streetcar, and obviously I don't have that fancy Rockstar editor, you know.
Well, you keep explaining that, don't you?
Well, I am explaining a lot. I mean, obviously I am trying to explain about, you know, have you noticed what was on the telly at the time?
What?
Well, they started putting all them disaster movies on, didn't they? You know, like the city on fire. You know, we all know that's like, you know, based. It was filmed in LA or whatever. You know, the Hollywood studios, because that's what I got. Was my brother was telling me, he was showing me these images. Hollywood was on fire. You know, all the archive films were all burnt and destroyed, and nobody wanted all them classic TVs, and all these old classic disaster movies were coming on the telly, like I'm trying to say, and it was all confusing and upsetting. And I like to reminisce about thinking about at the time that, you know, there were rumours, like my brother was saying, that Ron Howard, and he's very famous for doing a very big popular fire disaster movie, and you can get that sympathy and that feeling of what them firemen were all confused and stuff, because I didn't know that was certain fires were called, had certain names, you know, like backdraft, you know, and like now I learnt about, you know, that LA fire, you know, you're just stupid, aren't you? What do you mean I'm stupid? I mean, I was seeing all these images, you know, the ocean on fire and all that lot, and explosions and that, and
This is just regular TV, isn't it, you're watching, wasn't it?
well, yeah, from my brother's laptop and that, yeah.
Right. And why are you reminiscing about motorbikes all of a sudden?
Well, there were all that fighting with people's cars and stuff. Who had an electric car, who had a petrol one, who had a diesel one, and I thought, you know, it's the guy, people with motorbikes might have been escaping and all that. You know, like the earthquake movie and all that. Like we was going on with
Oh no, what?
well, you know, there was a motorbike stunt driver, right? And he managed to escape, didn't he, by using his motorbike.
Right, where are you going with this? It's not a Hollywood movie we're making.
Well, you can't make them anymore because it's all burnt down. Not everything's burnt down. Well, my brother says it might have. I mean, especially with all the aliens and all that, lot.
You what?
Well, what? You're an idiot. I mean, what are you getting at now? Well, because obviously, you know, I play online. Well, I did, and then I was talking to, you know, people like online, you know, down the mic and all that lot.
You mean hoping to talk to ladies and all that lot?
Well, yeah, funny enough, they could be, but because they're driving pink cars, and obviously, they were fans of H.G. Wells, right? Because he wrote that book, that true story about alien invasion in Britain. But obviously, you know, I'm on about, you know, the movie, you know, the proper one, you know, with the aliens didn't have, well, they had legs, but you couldn't see them.
What are you on about? Hey, why are you diverting to other stuff for?
I'm not. I'm still explaining. I mean, obviously at the time I was on GTA, as you know, and obviously it was insulting around at the time. You know, people setting fires and stuff and that on the game. But obviously, you know, I think because of what was on the telly and all that, like, because of that movie and that, you know, City on Fire, and there was other movies, and War at Wells was one of them, and all, and it's all like full of distraction and all that lot, and I got that vibe from that.
What do you mean a vibe?
Well, you know, you think about, you know, Hollywood movies, you know, like, you know, like Ron Howard did, you know, because he's done that famous one with fire, didn't he?
Where are you going with this?
Yeah, I am absolutely, totally baffled where you're going with this. Well, you know, the Backdraft, weren't they? And Ron Howard did, you know, one of them big disaster movies, or, you know, like a murder mystery or whatever. But the thing is, though, now, you know very well they're going to make a bloody movie, and obviously I was quite, you know, disappointed that they might not pick him, but, you know, because obviously, you know, at the time, before all that fancy technology came out, he had to do all that stuff, you know, with stunt people and all that lot, and pyrotechnics and that, and obviously, you know, people can use that AI and stuff, can't they? You know,
that's what's been getting you confused, isn't it, with them images, isn't it?
Well, actually, I did because I was amazed. All that big, massive disaster, and there were strange things happening on the internet, and all that. That was just reminding me, when I was watching the telly with the Walbrook Worlds and all the weird confusion and all that lot with human beings and that.
Where are you going with this?
You keep saying that.
Well, yeah, because I don't know where you're going with this. And obviously, we might be doing a car program, and now you're on about bikes to,
well, yes, and obviously, to get back to what I was trying to get at, I mean, obviously, I should reminiscing about, street coke and all that lot.
why that?
Because if people had flying motorbikes and all that lot, it would have been a lot easier.
But didn't you say that it could have been somebody with a flying motorbike?
Well, that was it. That was reminding me of an episode of Street Coke, right? Because there were these arsonists, right? And they were flying around in these microlight planes and destroying people's businesses. And it was all like a big insurance scam or something, because the main guy, and his business got caught on fire, but obviously it was him all along.
Oh, right, so you're coming out with a story plot of Street Coke now, are we?
Well, yeah, I mean, lots of reminiscing and stuff. Oh, you just say idiot. I mean, aliens and stuff and all that. It was a terrible time because obviously there were strange things that people were commenting about. Well, yeah, putting them movies on.
Yeah, you keep explaining that.
And you keep saying that, don't you? Now, I'm going to move on and put a clip on, alright? Because I think that's what I should do.
Oh, he needs to charge that button again, isn't he?
Well, yeah, obviously.
Hello, I am Fernando Martinez. People always say to me, Fernando, when I want to kill myself or cry into my pillow or my wife has just left me for my sister, I don't have no music to play, assuming I am not near a radio and can't listen to you on the radio. Because Fernando, you are a genius and it is the only station I ever listen to. One day, while watching adult TV, I say to myself, Fernando, you are a genius. People are crying out for a soundtrack to listen to give them an optimistic slant on the tough times in life. You see, love is like a roller coaster. You pay a lot of money to be tossed around, and before you know it, the ride is over and you are covered in vomit. And if you are less than 4'6", they don't even let you get on. You see, music says things that words cannot. When you break up with your girlfriend or your boyfriend or both, or you get fired for embezzling, you need music. Music to stare out the window, or stand in the rain, or drive on the freeway in a convertible with the top down in a snowstorm. So, if you are feeling a little bit down, let Fernando take you on a journey.
Whatever cruising means to you, here's music to cruise to. In motion.
So, what was the need of putting a radio clip on then? Well, obviously, because I'm in charge of, putting images and all that lot, that I was thinking, because obviously, Walbrook Worlds and stuff, right? Why is that? Well, Orson Welles, right? You all know he did that radio broadcast, and obviously he played in the chief in Casino Royale as well.
What?
Yeah, he did, right?
Since when?
Well, you ain't got that far with James Bond yet, have you? Anyhow, I'm getting on with important stuff of history, right? That, the newspapers weren't happy about, Walbrook Wells being done over radio, and obviously they thought they'll print horrible, nasty stories that it caused the international panic. Obviously, it got it more bloody popular because obviously radio and newspapers were in competition. Like later on, radio became superior, and then obviously, you know, TV came out, didn't it, as well? So that wiped it out. And obviously, as we're talking about with, because we're a car program, that a lot of those people still associate with radio, but not like sat at home, you know, listening to it. All I think about it, you know, if you sat in a car and you listen to the radio.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can't watch TV on it in a car, can you?
Well, passengers can, but obviously if the driver does, I mean, obviously, you know, it could be, you know, well, anyhow, I'll move on and do something else.
So why are we got on, you know, this? I'm a bit baffled again.
Well, actually, you know, I'm showing images and stuff of the, you know, the sad times, the humble beginning of the 2025, and we all know that, you know, all that real estate and all that look, you know, was burnt down. I mean, obviously, I'm showing like images of it. I mean, I'm sort of reminiscing because obviously a lot of celebrity houses got burnt down and stuff and that. When I think about, you know, a lot of celebrities would have, you know, had their, you know, belongings, and obviously they're going to take the crucial proper stuff like, you know, the dogs and things and all that lot, but, you know, the Oscars, you know, I mean, then they're going to leave them behind, aren't they? You know what I mean? They're going to all throw them in, you know, a vehicle and trying to get your Oscar out at building.
So you're saying that, you know, all them people are going back and scavenging and going through the rubble, hoping they can get into celebrities' houses. Oh, well, not houses, because they're all burnt down.
Exactly. Now then, lads, you have been a bit disrespectful, don't you think?
No, but it is a highlight of the conversation, because obviously we're seeing like before and after, aren't we?
Well, yeah, you know, the real estate on that beach, I mean, a lot of street art was filmed there, and according to my brother, that you know, somebody might add in the humble beginning of the first episode of season 2 of Street Talk.
Right, but people do put like fake stuff on the internet, don't you think?
Well, yeah, but obviously, I mean, when Stray Cat, it wasn't popular in America, but obviously us kids in UK were, but, you know, like, don't we? And obviously we've got memories of it. I mean, it was different from, you know, Airwolf and Knight Rider, but,
well, obviously it's a motorbike, isn't it?
Well, yeah, it's on 2 wheels, but, you know, the music was more like, you know, in your face and stuff, and, you know, it was quite, you know, really good.
Right, but all we're seeing is you driving down GTA 5.
Well, yeah, that's the point, that, you know, you know, when the game was coming to an end.
Oh, yeah, because of, yeah, Rockstar Games brought out, you know, the anticipated game of all, wasn't it?
Yes, it was GTA 6, obviously, but obviously, you know, I was always, you know, thinking, you know,
Whoa.
Well, the thing is though, you know, like Ron Howard, and I just briefly mentioned about him, you know, doing like movies and stuff and that, and where are you going with this? Well, the point is, well, it was quite upsetting back in the time, wasn't it? Well, yes, for folk what have lost their homes and stuff and that, yes. Well, yeah, but obviously, you know, I think all that memorabilia, you know, which people, you know, like movie stars and other people have, You know, it's all like, you know, a lot of it was lost. You know, like them strange vehicles were getting destroyed. But then, you know, did you hear about, you know, on the news that there was a VW Beetle car what survived, and I mean, there were bits of it melted, but there was a VW Beetle van. I mean, you know, hasn't been touched at all.
Well, yeah, I mean, that was a bit odd and strange.
Well, yeah, remember all the aggravation and stuff on the internet, you know, making, you know, like Power of Gold and stuff was the responsible of it, because it wasn't just like a fire, it was like somebody going around with a blow lamp, not with a fire with electric fan blowing. No, this was like a Bunsen burner fire, wasn't it? Well, yeah, it was. Well, yeah, but nobody can't really explain, you know, properly what really happened. I mean, obviously, we all know, you know, speculations and stuff, and then obviously, you know, they found out, but at the humble beginning, it wasn't, was it? Well, no. So, there is my interest about the, you know, LA fires, because obviously, you know, it had a serious effect. And obviously, I'm saying this because obviously, you know, gone will, you know, we were meant to be doing that like a challenge like Top Gear did. You know, like they did them specials. Yes, I do know. If you know, don't forget there's only one person that's seen this. You know, this that video. Yeah, well, we tried to do a special where we were in Yorkshire, and it was back in 2025, wasn't it? Yes, it was. And there was a big, you know, the moors was on fire, wasn't it? Yes, it was. Lucky enough, obviously it's not like LA, but obviously we had the cooperation of Manchester Fire Brigade and obviously, you know, Yorkshire, and yeah, they work together. It's a bit like LA, isn't it? You know, they've got some form of differences with Mexico and you know, America maybe, but yeah, they all sort of like try to help each other out, didn't they, to, you know, tackle fire and stuff. But what are you getting at? Well, you know, we went with the Water Authority, and obviously we wanted to do that epic, you know, challenge with a canal boat, and obviously, you know, we all knew that, you know, at the time that Wallace and Gromit, you know, the movie, was doing another epic chase, and we know with the first proper popular one, you know, with the wrong trousers with the chase, you know, with the penguin on the electric train set and all that lot, right? Well, obviously we all know it were all boiling down that they're going to do the most biggest chase with a canal boat, wasn't it? You know, the two of them, right? Yeah, they did. So obviously, you know, we thought it'd be funny, you know, with the Top Gear reference, you know. Obviously they did it, you know, with the you know, what Clarkson wanted to do with his Hilux toy boater. He wanted two of them engines, but he only had to have one because obviously, you know, bleeding, eh? But I like the idea that the canal boat had two.
Yeah, we were on about having a jet-powered canal boat, weren't we? And we were going to race our Citroen 2CVs.
Well, technically, two of us was going to race our Citroen 2CVs because it was a car what came out in history of four-wheel drive, didn't it? I mean, you got your Safari, you know. Technically, it was four-wheel drive, but the only way they could have it was have two engines in the actual vehicle itself to make it four-wheel drive.
Oh yeah, there was that.
But where are you getting at with this now? Well, you went out and bought a Citroen. Yes, I did, and I got a, you know, a Diane. Yeah, completely different what we got. Look, they told us to get a sort of a vehicle what they use, you know, for going over there. Well, yeah, obviously we're talking about the ancient, yeah, well, it's not ancient because they still do it, don't they? You know, like law breaking, about smuggling Yorkshire puddings out of Yorkshire. Well, yeah, there is, obviously, yes, there is that, you know, that crime and that, yeah, but, yeah, we might be moving on a bit, though, don't we? Well, yeah, we do, actually. So, what we could do is maybe put another clip on and all that, though, but technically, you know, we should come back to our subject.
Well, yeah, I think we should actually.
Well, yeah, I know, but for that, I think we should end the show instead.
What?
Yeah, and recap again, you know, about what really happened. You know, obviously we got delayed doing our special because of, you know, they thought we were a fire risk, didn't they? Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. And obviously, how you are, what you mean? Well, you're not the greatest person to, you know, take really serious, are you? Now I could take that as a bloody insult. So, on that smoke detector, what doesn't work, it's time to end the show.
That was just wrong.
Bye.
I'm Melissa, that's me, fully. Goodbye.